All right, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And I just want to touch a point, was something that just hit me through the spirit, and it'll be the video. It's gonna, Lord willing, I want to name this lesson. It's unfair, but it's worth it. And this is a league with just going into everything that, you know, Esau's planning, it's through lies and deception. And it's basically like we got to deal with the shit until the Most High takes him out of the way. And why do I say it's worth it? Because it brings us to our long awaited kingdom. It brings us to our rest. And this stems off of, certain videos that came out. All right, like this one, former Vodafone boss blows whistle on 5G coronavirus. And it's BS, because the symptoms that people are supposedly getting because they have so-called coronavirus, all right, is from the radiation that Esau's pushing out through 5G. But we understand through 5G, as he goes into that as well, through 5G, all right, which is, as he said, is a weapon. It's as strong as a weapon, and we see is actually killing people. But the numbers don't add up. All right. But anyway, Esau's pushing that out, pushing fear at the same time, and nobody sees it. Esau gets away scot-free, so it seems. But the Most High is going to cast him down. The scriptures say while he is eating. All right. So it is meant for him to prepare that meal, to smell it, to savor it, as a former guy in the camp, we call him the herb guy. He was saying that when you cook food, what happens is your body, the sense of the food that you smell, that you're cooking, your body begins to prepare to eat it. Which makes sense. That's why when you smell something good, they say, well, my mouth is watering. Because when your mouth is watering, it prepares basically the enzymes for you to partake of that food. So Esau is seeing his works, all right. He's seeing his counsel finally being able to be presented to the world, and he's loving it. Okay. And hey, like it gives some more pride. It gives some more arrogancy, and when you're arrogant and you're proud, the Most High hates that. When you're arrogant and you're proud, you're doing things without fear. You're doing things without thought. All right, to number the Lord's people. All right, you're doing that. You're doing things without thought. All right, because Esau know these elites. They've read the scriptures. All right, but they want to do things their own way. Not understanding that, or not believing that the consequence will be that of the scriptures. When David numbered the people, all right, guess what? The Most High taxed David, all right, through hurting the people. So the Most High is going to tax Esau through hurting the people, through offering them, all right. And then for Esau, since he has found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with his, the Most High is going to put him in slavery for 1,000 years. But as I said before all of this is to happen, we understand that certain things have to take place. All right, the scriptures say that they should not come and except there be a falling away first, and the son of perdition is to be exposed. All right, and the book of First Thessalonians, I believe. So through Esau be able to spread forth lies. It pisses us off. And many people, so-called truthers, and they blowing a whistle on his ass, as they're known as whistleblowers. Okay. And through the spirit, I wasn't sure what precepts to get for doing this video, but the spirit told me to look at the daily verses in the Bible app I have. All right, and look what pops up. Look what's very first one. It says, surely, Psalm 73 and 18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. Okay? So the Most High is allowing Esau to do things that will trap his own self up. All right? When you read the scriptures, anytime a man set himself up to be of the Most High, all right, he was humbled greatly. All right, case in point is Nebuchadnezzar. Let me just grab that. This is Daniel 4 and 29. All right, it says, at the end of the 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? All right, and this is Esau's, that's what Esau is going to say, is not this my new world order, which I have envisioned in my mind. All right. Because through even the guy in the interview, I was just showing brothers, I meant the Vodafone boss, he even said this is going to bring forth the RFID chip, which will basically bring everybody into the Internet of Things, which will give Esau Edom, the so-called white man, total control. He can turn the chip off and kill you. All right. He can turn the frequencies up and stretch you the hell out, man. For like super soldiers, like that show Black Lightning. All right, he can turn off certain sensors in your brain to make you a cold-blooded killer. You now give him all the power, and that's what Esau wants. It says, Daniel 4 and 31, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar. All right, so you can basically say, Nebuchadnezzar was eating, man. That's the spirit, man, while he is eating. Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiencies, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, all right, and we can't forget, as everything is going on, let's believe World War III is still brewing up. All right. And Esau knows this. This is why he's now developing hypersonic missiles over here in America. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. All right. Now, when you look in history, this is the same algorithm that the Lord is pushing Esau to do. All right. Basically, King Nebuchadnezzar was eating at this point, man. He was satisfying his soul, his hungry soul, as Esau Edom is. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee while he is eating. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. Okay, and after Esau Edom falls, guess what? He's going back to that cave beast, man, as everybody naturally knows him to be, as he naturally is. That's why it says in Isaiah 14, they shall narrowly look upon him and say, is this the man? I gotta grab that. Isaiah 14. 14 is 14 and 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave in the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee. All right, and Flock, if I didn't mention that, but this is actually futuristic. All right, so we reading the past. We looking at what Esau is doing now, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we see what's gonna happen, what's gonna be his end, and what's gonna be his end. Okay, what's gonna be his near future. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave in the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How wert thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How wert thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners? All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. So basically, Esau is going to be taken from his high horse, be taken from, the throne, to where everybody was at one point, praising him and coming to him for answers, to being under everybody. So this is back at Daniel 4 and 31. While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. And Esau is going to be less than the beasts of the field. As Job said, I wouldn't even have this man with my dogs in Job 30. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until now know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So seeing is believing. And Esau has that pomp look, because he has forgotten the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. Just as Pharaoh did. All right. But, after the Most High delivered his people and bust Pharaoh's ass, everybody knew, all right, who had the power, who really had the power. All right. This is Exodus 10 and 1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might shew these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am Yahweh. All right, he is. All right, so back at Daniel 4 and 32. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. In Daniel 7 tells you who going. Daniel 2, Daniel 7 tells you who's going to get the kingdom next. Israel. 2 Ezra 6 and 6. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So Esau, and the scriptures also say in Second Ezra, which is why the Apocrypha is so beautiful, how Esau is going to be fall. All right, the scriptures say the day of doom is the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for it to come. All right, so Esau, he's not just going to fall; he's going to fall horribly. All right, just as Nebuchadnezzar. To go, as I said, as you read, man, to go from, the status to where everybody is praising you, to being less than nothing and everybody looking down on you. All right, that's a humbling experience. We had to go through it. Everybody looking down on us now. But as it says in Deuteronomy 30, the Most High is going to flip. All right, he's going to flip the, he's going to flip. He's going to flip it to where Esau is going to be looking down upon. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, like his hairs were grown till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like bird's claws. And that's really how Esau is. Like you watch that show, it's called Naked and Afraid. Brothers, watch that show and you could link that show up with Quest for Fire. They look the same. They look the same, man. Esau. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes into heaven, and my understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that lived forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, What doest thou? At the same time my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, my honor and my brightness returned unto me, and my counselors, my lords, sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. So the more pride Esau gets, the quicker he's going to fall. So again, let his lies go on, man. Of course, we tell the world about his lies, even though they don't believe us, and it's aggravating, but at the same time, again, it's worth it, man. It's definitely worth it. Let him keep doing what he's doing, man. I seen a picture a brother has showed me. Well, brother has sent me. Let me see if I can find it. It's pretty good, actually. It says the pandemic. As you see, the first one is fear. Second one, it says information control and censorship. All right, so these are all Esau's plan, his enterprise. Shutdown and social distancing. Blame Donald Trump, martial law, and checkpoint. So we already at 3. There's just 3 more stages, man. All right, and then that RFID chip is gonna be, I believe, is gonna be hand in hand with the World War III, because he has to bully everybody else to get on his side as far as accepting that monetary that singular monetary accepting the RFID chip, which is basically like accepting the American dollar, the American way. And as always before, as you watch there's a video entitled, I always bring this out, there's a video entitled All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. You'll see how every war was fought and purpose so that everybody will follow the monetary the monetary goals of these elites. So it's all going towards Esau's downfall, and that's what we're waiting for. So with that, Lord willing, you Akim will edify. Shalom to the elect.